Well, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you might not be right for some. It takes different strokes, it takes different strokes, it takes different strokes to move the world. Yes, it does. It takes different strokes to move the world. Ooh. Oh, it's the hardest part of the ring. It is the beginning of the road to WrestleMania. We got the key in the ignition. The kids are in the car seat. We gave them some digital devices so they can shut their yaps and go blind at an early age. And hopefully they fall asleep. And then you use the GPS because no one knows where they're going anymore to get to some relative's house that you don't like. Go, you see them every year anyway, and you don't know why you keep going. It's the road to WrestleMania. Welcome to the hardest part of the ring. My name is Bob. We're going to review the Hulu, not the TV, the Hulu edition of WWE Monday Night Raw for February 1st of 2001. It is the first show after the Rumble. Traditionally, the Raw after the Rumble does have its own feel, and this one sort of did too under the circumstance. But I want to backtrack. I want to revisit my Royal Rumble review from yesterday. I forgot something. There was a point where I had trouble reading my own handwriting because I have the handwriting of a serial killer. The word I wrote was hurricane. I forgot to talk about the Hurricane's entrance in the WWE Royal Rumble for 2021. Fuck this guy. I'll tell you exactly why. There was a thing on Twitter in like June or July where I had pretended to sarcastically not know what he was talking about, and I was playing dumb just to be silly. But not once, but four times, this asshole had to show his S or Q level celebrity and get all his followers to flame me and jump on me. And even when there were a few of them that even wrote like, "No, we figured out the guy's kidding around." Four times he had to jump in just so he can be a big superstar because he's really a bully and a bitter asshole. So I'm glad he was in there for 30 seconds. Hey Bob, you were never in a Royal Rumble at all. You never wrestled on TV once. You're right, I never did. I guarantee you, if I had even the fleeting level of comedic wrestling fan success that he did, I would have guaranteed, I would have grown up hopefully in my 40s not to be a dick about it like he has. Congratulations, you were a part of a cool little North Carolina clique that you were friends with the brothers that did really well. Good for you. Not only did you go in as a joke spot, you did the same joke from 2001, a 20-year-old joke. And that's what you are to me, you piece of shit. You're a 20-year-old joke. So I'm glad you showed up there just to get embarrassed. I hope you got a few other Twitters and a few other indie bookings. Oh, that's right, you can't get any indie bookings because there's no people. Well, that's too bad. I hope you got hurt on the way down. Go to hell, Shane Helms. This is not gonna be the most negative wrestling podcast I've ever done. We're gonna end it there because I actually have a lot of positive things to say. We're going to talk about the Hulu edition with limited commercial interruption of Monday Night Raw. I missed the entrance. I don't know if we opened up with Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant, but he did in March of 1987 in front of 93,173 people, defining X Overdome WrestleMania 3, where Aretha Franklin sang "God Bless America, America the Beautiful." It was America the Beautiful. Drew McIntyre shows up to summon the Thundercats. And then he starts recapping all the matches like he's doing a bad podcast, and once again, I would know. And then he just starts saying nice things about, Edge interrupts him, and he says all the nice things about Edge. And he said nice stuff before that about Bianca and Goldberg and Sasha, Carmella, and Drew, Kevin Owens, Roman. Saying a bunch of nice stuff. Shaman interrupts. Well, let's go backwards a little bit. Edge pretty much spent this entire episode teaching everyone how to wrestle and talk. So he does a great rebuttal for Drew, thanking him for the compliments, but explaining to him why this nice attitude that you have, these nice feelings you have right now, are going to come back and bite you. Without him being a bad guy himself, is masterfully done. Sheamus interrupts. He wants to take Edge out. Drew kind of backs him off. Edge walks off. He doesn't give you a definitive answer of which championship he will be challenging for. Sheamus finally turns on Drew. Brogue kick on Drew. I like this because it was the thing we all knew has been coming for 4 months, but we didn't know exactly when. And I don't think anyone watching it knew that it was coming right here. I think we all thought Sheamus was Brogue kicking Edge. That's what I thought. We're going to try to, and Drew would stand in his way, and they'd argue about it or something of that nature. Didn't think that was coming, but I guess they have to get the Drew Sheamus thing out of the way. Maybe it'll be at that February pay-per-view, whatever it is. I don't know the answer, but that got done. So Drew took the Brogue kick. Charlie Caruso is talking to Sheamus, and Sheamus is talking about how they're not friends anymore, and he tells Drew Gulak, who shows up for 1 second, to get Sheamus's bags, which I thought was hilarious. I gotta take a leak. Hang on, I gotta take a leak. And we are back once again from my grand metal leak. I was gonna make sure this bad boy is recording. The line is moving. Yes, it is. Very, very good. I hope there wasn't a lot of dead air in there. You listening to me figuring out if it's recording. If it was, well, that'll teach you. But at least you're not taking a bump on the ring apron, which, if you didn't know, is the hardest part of the ring. After the Sheamus and Drew Gulak did the thing with the bags, I like that the announcers made the title seem important. They were asking, well, why would you turn on your friend? Well, that's how important a WWE Championship is. So that's nice to make them have that championship seem important. And then Matt Riddle wrestles, and the big logo on the screen are 2 flip-flops, and I thought that was hilarious. But let's hope he doesn't suffer the agony of defeat as he wrestles Bobby Lashley. Alrighty. Lashley and they go to a break right before the bell rings, because that's a good time to take a break. And they weren't getting paid by the hour because these two have a pretty quick match. I don't usually talk about the dives. I don't like to talk about the dives and make it all about, that's the best part of the match. It's not. But Riddle did a flippity-doo-dah dive from the second rope to the outside on Lashley, and I like this one because he makes enough contact with Lashley, and Lashley catches him in his shoulder-chest area with enough believable contact that it could actually knock someone down. Yeah, I hate it when the two guys, you graze the guy's shoulder and everyone takes a big tumble. And this had a big enough. It's rare that a dive results in getting to hear the smack of the flesh, so that it's something to sell and it's a reason for Lashley to go down. So at least I appreciated that. So Lashley does the thing. I haven't done this one in a while, and I like finishes. I like the old tropes that you haven't done in a while. Makes them new again. Lashley has the hurt lock on. Riddle's in the ropes, and Lashley just won't let go. He refuses to let go, and eventually the referee, reminding us there are rules, gets well past the 5 count and says, well, this is ridiculous. You are DQ'd, and then Lashley continues to put the move on Riddle anyway and hurt him further, putting over the devastation of the maneuver from such a strong man. And even MVP is a bit rattled and, kind of, because he's looking out for the dollar, the bottom line there. And so they had a little bit of an argument there. Perhaps Lashley was frustrated, they suggested, by not winning the Royal Rumble. Maybe he's frustrated with the Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander not getting along. We will see. Match gets 400 stars. 400 stars. I give this match, I give it 400 stars. There you go. Then we got a package in our face, and it is about the women's tag team match during a pre-show yesterday at the Royal Rumble. Asuka Charlotte lost the tag team championships to Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, with Lacey Evans and Ric Flair interfering under the notion that they were having sexual relations with the wiener in the vagina and thrusted about sexually, resulting in climax. If you don't understand the situation, that's what they're suggesting right there. Not once has anyone mentioned in a month of this crap that Ric Flair is married, but okay. Be that as it may. Before we do anything with the match, Bad Bunny arrives. He's in a fancy car and he has nice shoes, and everyone creams their pants for a rapper nobody's heard of. Randy Orton is backstage, cuts a great promo on Edge, says he looked happy to cut a normal promo again, no mask, no burn victim, none of that, but lo and behold, Orton, you knew what's in your future tonight. But then we have to have a Miz TV.
And Bad Bunny is the guest of Miz TV. Of course, Miz does all the talking naturally, and he says the whole thing he always says. And they think he's a good talker because he repeats the verbiage that they give him and his own. This segment was really painful. Damian Priest does come out to save it, and hey, what do you know? Black pants. Who called it? Go back to the black pants, and he looked way better. And he got to do his full entrance with the arrow and the whole thing, or this I guess the Raw version of his NXT entrance looked so much better. And they put him in a match versus the Miz. They do a little back and forth. Bunny taking a briefcase so Miz can't use it illegally. And Morrison threatens Bunny, and Bunny hits his. My wife, Bunny, has an allowance which is ample. Okay, if you know that. Alright. Gotta find a cash machine. So Bad Bunny hits Morrison with the mic, and Damian Priest hits the Cody Rhodes finish on The Miz, and Priest gets the victory in his black pants, and he looks good-looking guy, very good, very attractive man. Asuka and Charlotte cut a promo. I understand English is not Asuka's first language, but I don't think they're doing her any favors by giving her excess verbiage because she's just going to say no one's ready for Asuka or someone isn't ready for Asuka, which is fine. But she says it every week. You got to give it a little bit of a break, let it mean something. And Charlotte, nodded, patiently, respectfully, waiting for Asuka to finish. But I think she had to jump in and kind of save it at the end, which is definitely not Asuka's fault. It's just somebody to think it through. It's not necessarily funny to have Asuka ramble on for a long time in half Japanese, half English, with the joke being she doesn't speak English. We're past that, folks. Come on now. I don't think that's what they were going for here, but for a bulk of 2020, that is what they were going for with her, and it ran its course. We know it's a second language. Some people speak other languages. LOL, waka waka. Let's move on. The triple threat for the women's #1 contender for the tag team champion thing. Lana and Naomi are one of the teams in it. I don't know what their team name would be. Would it be because of the Glow and Lana? Naomi just says Glow over and over. So would it be Team Galana? Or Team Nana? Or Team Low? I don't know the answer to that. I wrote UGG for this. that was my notes. I wrote UGG, and also my pen ran out of ink, but I did the thing where I shook it because there was still ink left in it. It's like see-through, and then the pen started working again, so it's fine. Everything's fine. Man, I hate the hurricane. Lacey Evans and Ric Flair do the same thing, and Charlotte says to hell with it, tags out, chases them, and leaves Asuka, and Asuka, she turns around, and Naomi smashes her ass into Asuka's face and then pins her. 96 stars this match gets. Then we see Charlie Caruso with Drew McIntyre as a good-looking man, very attractive man, very handsome. And he's very upset. He's in near tears at Sheamus' betrayal. It says he'll give Sheamus the match if he wants the match. Then we have another package smacking us in the face, bouncing off our chin. Edge and Orton is happening tonight. Edge versus Randy Orton is happening tonight. And then Alexa Bliss enters the fray. But after Alexa Bliss enters, we have a promo for Black History Month, which means it is time for our annual Titus O'Neil match. Don't be mad at me. They do that every year. It's Black History Month. Look, here's a bunch of black guys we don't let wrestle for the rest of the year. So, what do you want from me? Edge walks by the locker room and endorses Priest, and Priest doesn't say thank you or anything. He just kind of stares at him. And the pen almost ran out of ink again, but I shook it again, and it's fine. Nikki Cross comes out to new music, which means she's supposed to win, but she's going to lose anyway. Alexa ducks a lockup, and then Nikki yells at her about how they were best friends. And then Nikki applies a headlock and a headlock takedown. And as she has Alexa in the headlock takedown, she yells at Alexa that they were best friends because I know when I was a student at Alpha the Wild Samoan Pro Wrestling Training Center, we were taught when you have someone in a headlock takedown, You yell at them about why you're not friends anymore. Oh, Alexa did the outfit change where she was in her old outfit, and then she changed outfits again where she's in her current outfit. Alexa wins with like an Abigail, but you put like a spin on it where it's more of a DDT. Match gets 1 trillion stars. I don't know if I'm being generous enough. 1 trillion stars. That's what this match gets. Randy Orton enters past Alexa. He doesn't look at her, but she looks at him, and oh boy. Edge and Orton shows up, and now Edge shows us the wrestling portion of this show. This was Raw. Is Edge teaches everyone how to talk and wrestle. Did I say that comment already? I don't know. Yeah, they have a great match. Edge, like a pro, selling the victory, selling the beating that he took for nearly an hour, 48 minutes, whatever it was, the night before. Selling, showing it with his face. Didn't do any big stupid moves. Didn't need to. Dug out a few of his old favorites, but it just sold and sold. And then Alexa Bliss appears sitting on a turnbuckle, and some goop starts drooling out of her mouth because Papa Shango put a curse on Alexa Bliss. So Orton turns around and he's baffled at Alexa Bliss, who he's upset that Papa Shango put a curse on her because he wonders if he's next. So before we can all start throwing up like the Ultimate Warrior during a Papa Shango curse at the idea of this happening to this match, whatever. We turn around, Edge hits the spear, 1, 2, 3, Edge wins. I didn't think I'd ever see an Edge match end with Papa Shango drooling goop curse, and then he hits his finish, and I don't think he did either. But be that as it may, that notwithstanding, nevertheless, all things considered, it is what it is. I am what I am. Crossing your I's, dot your T's. Anyway, a slice of just being the best Bob I could be, if you know what I mean. I think that should don't. That was Monday Night Raw. It was actually okay. I'm goofing on it. Apparently on Hulu there was a Carlito Jeff Hardy tag match. I don't know who they wrestled. That did not make Hulu, so I have no idea. I'm not going to look it up. Well, there you go. That was Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw was very good. I'm interested to see who Edge will pick for his opponent. Of course, they were teasing Edge and Drew, and I imagine Edge will show up on Friday and tease Edge versus Roman, and then they will gauge our reactions to what we prefer and do the complete opposite. I will see you in a couple of days at some point, Thursday, probably Friday, for this week's NXT. This is the hardest part of the ring.